It is. It's zucchini, onion,
Bell.
bell pepper, and then beans and rice, and then turn it into something else. Okay, you might throw some cashews in there, but you listen. The last five warriors aren't gonna taste the cashews. Like, look, I was like, listen, I'm gonna make some flour. I'm making flour pasta. Like, I'm eating straight flour. Like, it's like, bro, I couldn't. I was just the thought of rice and beans made me want to throw up. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly and this flour sauce every day because I could not.
Bro,
But
nigga, they was making
no,
cinnamon, like they used the flour to make cinnamon buns like every day, like every night. It was eating them bitches.
every night, you want some cinnamon rolls? Them crusty? No, I don't want
Bro,
these
I was
crusty
like,
ass
no,
cinnamon
I
rolls.
was turning them bitches down. I was like, he used to be smashing them bitches. I'm like, y'all, that's why he got that ass.
But nah, like
Nigga was throwing them cinnamon buns back. Telling you.
falling asleep with cinnamon rolls in your mouth. Like
But all jokes
it was because
aside,
it was something new. It was something new. That's what it was. It was just the fact of having something new and being able to enjoy that the variety.
the variety. You know why they for the chat that happens right there because what we just explained that happens because he have to come up with meals that can stretch to feed everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's expensive, to feed people. So it's like a cafeteria style, and so everybody eat the same, and everybody. And sometimes we didn't have enough food. Some occasions we didn't. I'm not gonna lie, but we did always go shopping for fruit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it still wasn't enough for everybody to be sufficed. Neither did it have enough nutrition in the diet either. So when women got pregnant on this diet, oh,
Right.
it's super
That I
malnutrition.
started like I remember when I finally started taking control of the kitchen because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I couldn't just sit there and just accept my plate every day. I'm like, there's no way we're getting enough nutrition. I just went through my pregnancy, so I feel it. I feel my body. I'm like, no, okay, we need to incorporate vegetables. That's why they start putting vegetables on the side. I'm like, okay, we need to stretch our meals. We need to have bigger meals because everybody's not eating. I'm looking at freaking Python goddamn loyals plate and they're barely have anything on their plate, and I'm like, y'all just stuffed y'all whole plates and left nothing for anybody else. So I was like, I no,
And it
I
was
just I
funny. It
remember
was
all that.
funny because Nature Boy, he would have me in a room upstairs and he would be like, "Why you not being a woman? Why you not down there making my house a home? Why you not doing this? Why you not doing that?" And
It's
I'm sitting there looking at the
that was just a trip in itself. That was just a manipulation game in itself, just to make you feel like you're not good enough and you're not doing enough. And it just keeps you in that mindset of you're not worth enough, you're not doing enough, and it was just all bullshit. It was a game. You did your part. You were doing what you could do, and then I mean, what you gonna turn up a pot of potatoes into to double it? How are you gonna double it? How are you gonna do that?
right. He didn't.
That's out of your control. I know you here to
He
believe.
didn't even want me to go shopping for food. He didn't want me to do nothing. Like he didn't want me to do nothing. Like he just
No, because that would give you too
he
much
just kept
freedom. You were already on the wave of like. I remember the first time we confronted him like together. He was just like, I don't know about this. Like, I don't, what is this gonna be like a habit? And shit, the relationship ended after that. but but yeah, it was.
he
He
was
had to keep
yeah,
you
he
by
was
yourself. He had to keep you isolated in order to keep your mind under control. And then, like I said, it was just a lot of mind games. It was a lot of mind games. Like I just, for me, like it was like I didn't really understand it. I was confused, and I was trying to wrap my mind around. Like, okay, like I just remember like a lot of the arguments were fabricated between y'all too, like as mind games, but you were taking them serious.
yeah.
It was just a lot of bullshit. Like I remember one day, like he created a fucking like bullshit ass argument for nothing, and then he was just like pretended to cry. He was like, "I love your toes," and I was just sitting there in the room, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is this?" And you going for it? You like, "I love your toes," like y'all are like doing this thing, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, what? what is this? Like this is not real. And he just like, why aren't you joining in on the love? Why aren't you giving us love back? And see, this is I'm like, bro, I literally saw how you just put this whole argument together, and
It,
I didn't see how I was supposed to join in. I like it's no,
it's
no. It was a
crazy.
no.
It's crazy as hell because all he did was woo me. Like that's it. Like
Stop.
he couldn't treat me no other type of way. He couldn't treat me no other type of way. Like he had to like sweep me off my feet and shit. Like
My question is, what was like your biggest discovery after leaving? Like your own personal discovery. Nubia, can you stop,
man, talking about on the behalf of my spiritual journey, on the behalf of him and the knowledge about him.
it could be both. Like your biggest discoveries that's helping you should elevate in life.
Well, the biggest discovery that I had.
You're covering your mic.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
So the biggest discovery that I had in carbonation when I had finally he wanted to. I knew that he wanted to have children. Tori, you can come back in the queue. I knew that he wanted to have children with the women, but I didn't know he wanted to mate his children together. So when he told me that on my way out the last time I left, that solidified my whole elevation process of not wanting to fuck with Nature Boy ever again in my life. Literally. And the biggest discovery that I've had um recently in my life to elevate myself is knowing that even though I feel certain types of ways emotionally about what I've been through with carbonation, I've been through it for spiritual growth that I wouldn't have been able to acquire um without going through that what I went through with him. You know what I'm saying? I went through it for a reason, and every day is not easy for me to just sit here and think about how everything transpired for the last 3 years, because I really haven't been really thinking about much for the last 3 years. I've just been living. I've just been going and going and going and moving, not really taking the time to think about the decisions that Ellie, stop screaming. Not really thinking about the decisions that I'm making. Wait, what happened with Tori? What happened with Tori? Stay real. Nature Boy is gonna be mad when you meet another man. It will be a blessed man who finds you. I appreciate that. She got banned for what? No, she wasn't. Y'all just saying that. Her phone might have died. Well, either way, I totally appreciated what just happened just now. I was not expecting that. And I appreciate her. I didn't really take my time to think about um the lives of every single person who left carbonation. I pretty much think about the people who are still there, and I'm just glad that she's, speaking out just like me. Like at first I felt very displaced with the knowing that a lot of people who went to carbonation and left aren't speaking out, because I feel like I need to speak out. You know what I'm saying? I feel obligated. So when I've heard her say that, and just remembering the things that she did do for me, when we were there together, I appreciate her. Like, we were friends. Like, me and Tori, we were genuine friends when we were there. And she was like my best friend of carbonation, and he didn't like us together. Because we was figuring it out. And one point in time, I was about to leave, and things just went south, and then she was about to leave, and then things just went south, and me and Tori was like always in this back and forth piddle paddle of like, we're gonna leave or not, we're gonna leave or not, we're gonna leave or not, because we was always in conflict about the truth versus a lie. Like, we were very confused about a lot of information. But I appreciate her, and she's welcome into my life. She's definitely welcome into my life. Anyone is welcome into my life who feel the same way that I feel, and we support each other, and we feel, you know, we resonate with each other. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody in the room right now who's sending gifts. I appreciate everybody who's dropping comments. Mega Man X the axis, does he really like women? Does he like men more than women? You know, honestly, in Nature Boy's own mind, I'm not actually sure what he preferably likes, but in my opinion, I feel like he preferably likes transgenders because that's all he ever promotes his energy towards. And he reminds me of one actually. I appreciate Tori. I have no idea. Like, I remember I was there. This was right after she left, I think, and I had came in, and yeah, no, we was there together. Me and him, me and her, me and Tori had read Nature Boys. Remember when I told y'all the story? Me and Tori read Nature Boys Demons out loud to him, and we was like depicting them and deciphering them and shit. And he was mad at us. He was like trying to make it seem like, uh, there she go. There you go.
Oh, hey. Hold on. I want to interject really quick.
Go
Because
ahead.
I don't know if you remember my first day there. I was like, I wanted to leave. My first day there, I was like, no, I don't think this is for me. We was in Cancun still. And then he was just like, why? What's the problem? And I was just like, I told him like, I just wasn't feeling it. And then I literally said, I think that you're a transgender. This is before he started saying that he liked transgenders or that he was sexually. Do you remember that? I was just like, I'm getting transgender vibes from you.
Yeah, you was like,
He
are
just
you
smiled. That's all.
gay?
He
This is
smiled. He
like
didn't comment
gay.
on it or anything. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we literally have to trust our intuition. I picked that shit up my first, and that's why I was weird. Like, he called me. He was saying I was weird and I was giving off a lot of weird energy. It's because I literally put myself in isolation. Like, I took the knowledge very seriously. So
Yeah,
when I put myself through this isolation, I'm putting myself into an environment with 15 other people. I'm literally able to read their thoughts. I can feel everything you're thinking. I can like, it's crazy. It's like it was like on a whole nother level. So it was like, for me, calm down, baby. For me, it was like, I was in shock because it was just like, I didn't understand how I was able to hear other people's thoughts, how I was like picking up like messages and stuff. It was just really, it was overwhelming. But I just had to comment on that because that was crazy. I literally said, I was just like, I think you're transgender. I said that my first day, and I was like, I want to go home. Like, no,
did I?
no.
Did
Like,
we?
he was just really obsessed with the fact that he was like, he kept saying that I look like, a female and a male, like, cause I had a short hair at the time, and he was just really obsessed with that, and I was just like, that just threw me back.
Man, he's nasty, bro. I was, wait, I was thinking about the time that was when we was in Georgia and we had read his demons out to him, girl. I remember that shit. Cause wait, what happened?
We were spot on with it. Spot on. We're like, this demon says that you're greedy. This man is overweight right now. It's like eating mad food, trying to get all the women to himself again. And we literally just pulled that aspect out and showed it. And like, everybody in the room was still just like, well, nope, I think he's overcome this. I'm like, do you not see this
Yeah,
man's belly? Do you not see
you
his
said
calves right now?
yes,
Like, he
Billy.
obviously has not overcome this debilitation. What are you saying? It was the fact that he was the leader, and people just didn't want to go with our argument.
Right.
That it is what it is.
This nigga said he told us out loud. He said, "Well, you don't think my demons is activated so you can overcome yours?" I was like, Nigga, what? That threw me for a loop. And we got into a fight after that meeting as well.
No, sir. Are you serious? Oh shit! I think our it was that the day he broke the toilet with your head.
I think so.
Was that day?
I think so.
I can't remember. Like I don't.
No, that was a
I
couple
heard
days
that through
after.
one of
That
the
was a
other
couple days
women. I think it
after.
was
I
Aya.
forgot. He broke the toilet with my head. I forgot. Wow, that's crazy. How did I forget?
Bro.
Maybe I got concussion or something. That's why I'm losing my thought.
I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a concussion from half the shit you went through.
Why?
That shit was traumatizing in itself. That was like scary. That whole
Bro, he used to beat
experience
the fuck
was
out of me.
scary.
Like he used to really beat the fuck out of me. Like he used to choke me. Like I remember when I was pregnant with Elliot and he was just talking to me. Like he was just talking to me all harsh and I passed out standing up him talking to me. Like he was super
Yeah, I was in a room. It was us. It was me, you, and who else was it?
it was Aya, it was me, you, and Aya.
Bro, I remember, and he was just like, "Oh, the knowledge is coming to me too hard. She couldn't take it." And I was just like, "Yeah,
She said, I know I'm laughing right now, but yo,
that shit was not funny. It wasn't."
funny, bruh. Like I remember one time too, Aya fell out. Aya fell out so hard. She didn't fall out because he hit her or nothing, but this nigga would just be talking. Like literally would just be talking, having us standing up for like 30 minutes to an hour, pregnant or not, just standing up. Aya fell and hit her head so hard on the ground, girl. I was like, Lord.
Yeah, we were all standing at attention outside. It was like 100 degrees outside, and he was just ranting. I can't remember why he was ranting. I don't know if somebody had just left, but he was on one of his rants again. Like you said, it was over an hour, and she passed the fuck out. Like, of course she did. We standing outside at attention.
Yo, I forgot some of the stuff he did to me. That's crazy.
That it was. I think after no, cause I remember like after the incident when you cut your hair, a lot of the fights he kept in private.
Yeah.
Um, he didn't do it in front of us, so a lot of times we didn't know what was going on unless we heard arguing and unless we heard fighting, or like you would just pop up and you had a black eye or something, like then we would know something went down. But that shit was traumatizing.
I had a lot of black guys around y'all. I always pretty much had a black guy.
And it's like even then it was just like you tried to keep a positive mindset. It was like the it was like you we were so brainwashed to the fact that of the abuse. We were so brainwashed. Like you would come with a black eye, and like you would just be smiling about it, and you'd just be like, "Oh yeah." Like it was just like, in a way, you felt like it was your way of being a divine woman. That you had this black eye. You're like, okay, I got my ass whooped, but that comes with being a divine woman. You know what I mean? Sometimes you take a hit, and I remember the first time fucking Musa hit me, I was just like, damn, like yeah, I'm a divine woman. Like it was brainwashed. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was
Definitely,
craziness.
definitely, and it's funny because it's not even funny, but Nature Boy is recreating himself within the men there, so they are even more worse. Like Sheba, True was hitting on Sheba, and she came crying to the front like panicking, like get him away from me. He's crazy. He's trying to kill me. Like, and then she did it again one time in Mexico. She just started screaming because this nigga just went ballistic on her, and he looks like a killer. Like I never liked True. Like never liked
True is like the silent killer. True would be the person that would kill somebody and get away with it.
man.
Like you would know that he was the person that killed somebody.
He looked like it too. Like his eyes are so deranged. Like
He would be the person that's shaking the baby in the background, and you
yeah,
don't know why the baby has brain damage. Like
right. No facts. Facts.
yeah,
I was like, well, yeah, I guess that could be said for another story, but I just don't understand how the men allow him to, like, what are they serving? Like, as a man, like, that's not even what men do. Men don't do that. Not even boys do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe they feel like women in the inside. Like, maybe those men feel like women in the inside, you know?
I'm still confused by that to this day because I don't understand that. I feel like the now I don't at first I thought it was the knowledge, but I think a lot of the men are gay
or want to
and
be.
they're well I think majority of the men there are gay.
Mhm.
um Caliber, Pice, Kite. I even think Musa is bisexual.
Yeah,
Like at first I
for
didn't think he
sure.
was, but now I definitely do. It's just I think it's the homosexuality and then a lot of it Solar, goddamn I forgot about Solar. Like, yeah, duh.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's the homosexuality and then the fact that he knows how to play on their emotions. So it's just like a lot of them have insecurities, really deep insecurities of not feeling welcomed in a group.
Mhm.
Of they lost their fathers. Their father figures weren't really there and weren't good influences in their life, so he plays that role for him. I remember a lot of times in the beginning, when I was like saying I wanted to leave, and I would talk to Musa about it. He would really play into that fatherly figure role for Musa. He'd be like, "Oh, son," like he would call him son around those times where he knew I was like ready to leave, ready to go. He would really play into that, like I said, that fatherly figure
Yeah.
role, and try and be that for him. So it's a lot of emotional manipulation. So I feel like shit like it it's just they're brainwashed at this point. It's really whole it's ingrained. It's ingrained.
Turned to the
Like
point where they have turned to the point where they talk like him, they move like him, like they literally express themselves like him. Is like miniature nature boys, and I'm like, ew.
yeah, it got worse. It wasn't like that initially. It wasn't like where they were exactly trying to be like him. But then after a certain point, it was just like
Well, because
I think it was from a lot of their talks and stuff. They were literally trying to be
no,
miniature hymns, like you said,
let me tell you
like
why. Let me tell
identical.
you why. I know why. I know exactly why. And even in the situations when you and Musa would come to meetings and stuff like that, one of his main things that he would tell everybody, all the men, is that they need to become a little bit more like him.
Right.
That the women would
Right.
want them. So while the women
Right.
relationships with them and they been themselves, the woman is like, I don't like you, and the man is then therefore trying to be more like Nature Boy so that that woman will want to be with him.
And that's not even the case. It was like I don't like you because you're not standing up for me. I don't like you because I don't like the space we're in and how you're like it's you're not playing the role of a man. Like you're not being that for me. So I feel like that's why a lot of the women didn't fuck with the men that were there because initially, they would like them, but then it would be like, okay, no, this is not it because I'm not being treated the way I want to be treated. And of course, he's not going to allow you to treat the woman the way that you should because then you're going to want to stay with that man.
Man,
And
that's
what does he
weird.
not want the men there to have women? He's made that very clear. He actually said it when we were in Panama out his own mouth. Like he showed us the video of a tribe where the men were just
Unix,
I don't know the
Unix,
term for it, but
Unixes.
that and he had all the king had all the women. So it was that thing. It was that. Yeah, I forgot that he would always say like you need to be like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Crazy.
it got crazy, but now it's like to the point where I noticed that the men saw, but I guess it is still brainwashing in a sense because the men still see the manipulation, but they feel that they have to manipulate their women in order to keep them. Like it's just a lot of
So
backwards ass shit.
it's so creepy. That's so creepy. Like that's super creepy. I appreciate
Yeah,
everybody in the comments right now who's giving gifts and everything like that. I appreciate it. Everybody in here who are supporting. I appreciate y'all. There are people in the queue, but I'm kind of really enjoying it being on the queue with Tori right now. So if y'all could just hold tight, you know, uh,
my bad, yo.
or no, or look, I could keep you up there, but I'm gonna bring somebody else in. I'm gonna bring somebody in. Beauty Bayou. There we go. And I'm gonna let one more person in. Queen Truth.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What's up?
I just wanted to let you know you're very beautiful,
Thank you.
and I want you to stay strong, no matter what you do and how everything goes. and you have a beautiful daughter too. So
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
you're very strong. You're a very strong woman.
I appreciate that.
And can you follow me?
Yeah, let me follow you. Hold on. Beauty Bayou, you from New Orleans? You are from New Orleans?
Yes, ma'am.
I can hear it.
Yes, ma'am. And
I appreciate
I just want you to keep the faith, and you're doing good.
I appreciate that words of healing
All
wisdom.
right, I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna let down and let other people come up. Okay.
All right, for sure.
I, I'm gonna DM you too because I want to talk to you.
Okay.
All right.
I really appreciate Tori right now though because she been strong too. Like everybody who went to carbonation and left, and especially if they speaking out for themselves and standing up for themselves, you had to be a strong person to endure some shit like that and then be able to turn your life around completely. Like people still be stuck and keep going back and forth, and I was one of those people who kept going back and forth because I was emotionally confused about things. But that's why we on the panel right now, sharing our story.
Yo, it's yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I was in that phase of going back and forth, and then when I finally stopped going back and forth and start living my life, I saw what played out there, like literally identical situations played out in my life at home, like not even at carbonation, at home. And that's when I started like noticing, okay, this is my generational curse. This is where I have to, okay, I started peeping the signs, because like I said, it's the knowledge still is facts. Wherever you go, there you are, you're going to be met with the same thing.
And
And it's
that's
go
why
ahead.
that's why I'm like making it a thing about bringing awareness to carbonation, because he's literally taking knowledge that we are supposed to be applying to our lives and manipulating people into supporting his agenda that's demonic. That shit is wrong, like completely wrong. Like, and it's just in case someone comes across our video that helps them figure out their own mind, because we already went through it. We'll be helping people overcome what
Right.
we're overcoming right now without even going to carbonation.
Right. I understand that completely. I understand that completely. You feel like you're doing your part. And I
Yeah,
get that completely.
because
You want to do your part and you want to help.
I was feeling like this, right? I gave all of my energy to proclaiming his kingdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to have that same energy standing up against something that I don't feel is right.
Right.
Because
Right.
talk about some shit and be manipulated, but can I stand up for the right thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't care. People could do what they want. They could say what they want. They could throw stones, whatever they want to do. I'm still here. Like, and I'm still going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The same energy I had in carbonation is the same energy that I need to keep. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. Just is what it is. It just is what it is.
Right. I mean, because that's your energy. Period. Like whether you was in carbonation or not, you still had that same energy. It's just the fact that it was just twisted and turned to support his agenda. And like you said, it's like the knowledge still remains facts. It's just twisted in a way to support him. And I'm trying to think of a way to express to people how it's fraudulent, because I feel like it's so obvious now. It's obvious.
It's definitely obvious, especially when we talk about what goes on behind closed doors. It's even more obvious.
Right.
Somebody else up in
I,
the queue though, right quick.
mm-hmm.
What's up, Sapphire?
Oh, hey, beautiful.
Hey.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm going to say this, right? I've been following y'all for a while, for years, way before Velvet had the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when y'all took Sheba's virginity, all that stuff or whatever. Um,